Cheers, legends. Sammy from Short and Stout Beer Reviews. We've got a Belgian ale tonight. So, yeah, one of my favourite saisons, Saison DuPont. This is a different beer by them. So, it's a stout known as Monk Stout. I just happened to see it in Carwyn Cellars one night, and I thought I'll give that a crack. Percentage on it is 5.2, so just a low ABV stout. Apparently, it was a recipe from the around 1950s or something, and they hadn't done it for years, and then they've brought it back like maybe 5, 10 years ago and been doing it since. I'm not sure whether it has Belgian like characteristics or it's just like your average sort of low ABV multi stout. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Cheers, Trilby. Good to see you, brother. So yeah, I'll be doing this one and then a Mountain Culture Christmas in July beer too. Be doing that afterwards. I had a couple of beers earlier in the day, but yeah, sort of went pretty quiet. So I thought I'll save myself and do a few beers tonight for reviews. Just got a Stomping Ground glass actually, a brewery out of Melbourne. I thought looks like a good sort of style for this sort of beer. A little bit dirty, but so yeah, it'd be interesting to see if it's got that Belgian character with like the yeast. I don't really know what to expect, but all I know is DuPont's a classic brewery with a good reputation, and yeah, I enjoy the saison. So that glass is very dirty. Apologies. Cheers, Craig. Good to see you, brother. So it pours like I would say this one's black. So yeah, jet black. It's got like a foamy head on it that's slightly off white, probably about 4 finger. Carbonation's yeah fairly active. I would say medium body. Let's go a smell. Yeah, it smells like it might be slightly Belgian, as in like yeah maybe some of that like banana-y sort of smell. I'm getting like caramel and biscuit. It doesn't actually smell very roasty. Yeah, I'm sort of getting like a burnt toffee and yeah, like a biscuit grainy sort of edge. To be honest, the nose is very subtle. I think it's going to be I definitely need to taste it. It's got yeah, the carbonation's very active. It's quite noisy. It's a fizzy boy. And that's I didn't really show the artwork, but just got the DuPont label and I'm not sure whereabouts in Belgium they're out of. Like I have put the name there, but I don't know where that is in comparison to yeah, like the main sort of hubs there. What are the two main cities? Is it Brussels and I can't think of what the other one's called. The other one's where most of the breweries are. Craig's been there before. Anyway, let's get in there. Cheers, guys. Yeah, I think that's what I'm thinking of, dude. Cheers, Lee. So first taste, you're definitely getting some chocolate, like dark chocolate. It's pretty light body. Yeah, it's like fairly carbonated, but yeah, the body's actually lighter than what it looks like. Maybe a little touch of coffee. It's not as roasty as I'd expect it to be. I'm not sure how old the bottle is, but yeah, it certainly doesn't have that. Like when you get a Belgian stout or a Belgian dark ale, and you get that real strong banana clove like yeasty character. Doesn't really have any of that. Cheers, Steve, and cheers, Adam. Yep. Yeah, I hung out with Drew and Josh for a while, but yeah, they crashed fairly early, so I only really had a couple of beers earlier today, and then yeah, I've just sort of been chilling, had a bit of an arvo nap, and then I thought, well, I have to review the mountain culture beer at some stage, so I'll review another one with it. My bloody football team lost again. Geez, they're having a shit year. I'll have a look at the Belgium map just to think of the city I'm thinking of. Pretty sure it starts with B. Yeah, I don't know. Bruges is in that Bruges. That's one I've definitely heard of. But yeah, whereabouts is like Cantillon and Three Fontaines and that? Nah, Brussels is the one I said first. That's like, isn't Brussels the like the biggest city there? I know Antwerp's pretty big as well. Gotta be awesome traveling to Europe. Ever since I've always had like fairly decent geography. As a kid, I was just so interested in like that sort of stuff, and yeah, I would never have dreamt of going to all these places as an adult. Yeah, I'm just thinking of like when you've been to the actual breweries. Are they in Brussels, or are they just like bars that you went to? Yeah, to be honest, it was a panel I wasn't really interested in joining, so that probably goes to say something. Yeah, me and Adam did the Range Verdant beer, and then Simo, Drew, and Josh joined us. And then obviously Simo sort of crashed, and Adam actually went for a while, considering what time it was in the UK. And then, yeah, because obviously it's not as late in America, the other two boys kicked on for a little bit. We were off air for a while. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of, where the actual breweries are. Yeah. And it's all like cobblestone roads and footpaths and stuff. Come out of the brewery shit face, and you'd be like walking on an angle. Yeah. I thought you were up to about 3:30 or so, because yeah, it was like, yeah, just it was around lunchtime when you crashed, like lunchtime for me. I don't know what it is, but when people like want to go offline when they're on Hangouts, I sort of start to get bored when it's offline. I think a lot of people like offline when they're smokers and they can just like light up joints and bongs and that, and not worry about people seeing them. But I prefer to be live because you get interaction from like the people watching and stuff. Like, I just get bored when it's offline, unless people have got tunes going or something. Cheers, Joey. How you going with your work? You're based somewhere else, aren't you? I remember you saying. Yeah, good band. Brilliant two-piece. I seen them in Melbourne, and I took a huge hanger to get the drumsticks. I just rode the back of this guy's back like I was still playing footy. So yeah, I've got a signed of fucking very mashed up drumsticks in my kitchen. Very cool. Proud moment, that. They're due for another album, to be honest. Cheers, Evie. Good to see you, mate. My vision's a bit fucked tonight. I definitely feel like I'm at that stage now where I need to start like looking at getting glasses. But yeah, because I'm always tired as well, that doesn't help. I'm just starting to find reading text, and that's a little bit harder. I got to like really sort of squint or concentrate. Yeah, I just don't see the point in them. The only thing for me that's good about them is, yeah, if you want to play music and not get in trouble off YouTube. But yeah, when people go, oh, let's go offline and hang out, it's like, well, yeah, what? I've got no interest. I'd rather go do something else then. Yeah. So is it sort of south of Ohio, is it? Cool. Yeah. They're fucking unreal live. So good. Now, one of those bands, my best mate rang me. My best mate heard him somewhere, and he rang me straight away and goes, Sammy, I've got a band for you. I know they're right down your alley. Here's the band, here's the song. And I just remember, like, within about 20 seconds, I was like, bang, new band that I fucking love. I went out and bought their EP straight away, and then they had an album out. I bought that, and then yeah, I think I've seen them live once, maybe twice. I think I've bought all their shit though. I just love like hard rock like that. It's sort of like one of my favorite styles. And when it's two dudes just going hard at it, like they've got nowhere to hide when there's only two of them. I feel like even though they've got a bit of popularity and they've done fairly well, I still feel like they're underrated, especially live. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, that sort of looked a bit because when you went to Cantillon, I remember it being sort of like in a more like commercialized area, and then when you went to Three Fontaine, it sort of looked like it was maybe out in the sticks a little bit more of a country feel. I do remember that video quite. I'll have to watch it again. Yeah, bloody oath. The three I always was pretty interested in, just like because obviously being a music head and keeping tabs on festivals around the world, I was always a huge fan of Reading and Leeds, Download and Glastonbury. But I feel like Glastonbury's not what it used to be. It's gone a bit too commercial now, I reckon. They're trying to get all these acts of like, I don't know, like American pop stuff, and it just doesn't have the same lineups that it used to. Download sick as. There's a band that headlined Download this year called Sleep Token. I've been getting right into them. They're really odd, but they're one of those bands I feel like you need to have some sort of like, it's almost like you have to be musical yourself to sort of appreciate them. They're very, very unique, and they're like a mix of a heap of different genres together. I've been diving in deep with them in the last few weeks. It's been pretty cool. He's got a fucking phenomenal voice. Yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah, I've got an ACDC live at Donington DVD that I used to watch all the time when I was a teenager. Is it where there's like a racetrack there, isn't there? Is it the racetrack that's got like the Dunlop tire over the actual track? I think they had like touring cars and like motorbike races there. I've trimmed my moustache slightly. It's good not having hair in my mouth. When I trim it quite often, because my beard's so thick, I'll quite often trim the moustache, and then it looks a bit odd because the moustache is real light and thin and the beard's real thick. So I tried to trim it but still keep it so it's like got a bit of volume in it. Yeah, cool. I've been enjoying the footage of Oasis. It feels like they're doing really well. And the media are trying to like bring up stories of them clashing and all this shit. I knew that had happened. I'm never going to smile again, Evie. I'm just going to be angry all the time just to annoy you. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about this stout. It's very, very bland. There's not much going on. I expected a lot more just due to the brewery. Like it, I don't know. Maybe it's just an old bottle. See, no, actually, it says expiry November 2026, so it shouldn't have anything to do with expiry. It's in a dark bottle. It was in a cellar that's like the guys have got a good name for themselves with their storage. So I just think it's a pretty average beer. It just lacks flavour. Like the fact that I'm getting more of a biscuity note than like any of the roast character. It's like I'm surprised it's as dark as what it is. Cool. The fact that because I thought one of yous had probably had it, and yeah, the fact that you've said that sort of makes me think, well, yeah, I'm on the right path. That's the one I was meant to click on. Yeah. If you've had it a few times and yeah, you've never really rated it, it's just an average beer. I don't think I paid too much for it, so that's good. I'm pretty sure the next beer should be good. I feel like Mountain Culture are going to redeem themselves. And yeah, funnily enough, looking at comments on Untapped and Instagram, it's like a lot of people like that first beer. Yeah, not for me. I don't understand. So yeah, the second Mountain Culture beers are Westy. Here he is, Mr. Verdant boy. He's gonna struggle to get through those verdants, but he'll fucking do it. Yeah, I watched one of yours. I think I watched one of yours. I watched one of Bumpy's. I haven't watched Craig's yet. His latest one. Um, and then I watched Shane from Shane's Craft Beer Reviews. They've just done the recent trip, the whatever they call it, the brew tubers thing that like Rod J and all them go to. I was actually nominated for one of the awards. I was like, yes, Sammy boy. Because I always get the invite to go over there, but yeah. Obviously, it's a little hard when you live on the other side of the world. But yeah, when I was just watching it, when I heard my name nominated, I'm like, that's fucking cool. It sort of made me feel good. It made me feel like, oh, it's good that people appreciate what I do, and yeah, Good to get a bit of love every now and then for doing shit. Yep. Cheers, Bill. Good to see you, brother. Yeah, that's what I watched, Adam. That's what I said. I'm gonna, because he goes, oh, it's gonna be a tough slog now drinking these three verdants because yeah, you could tell. Just yeah, I won't go into detail too much, but you could tell it was a bit of a struggle for him. And then he goes, but I'll fucking do it. He says something like that anyway. Yeah, so last night it was. Yeah, I watched it just before, like about an hour ago. Yeah. Okay, here's a question for you, Mr. Brummy boy. Which city in when it comes like to the greater areas is Birmingham or Manchester larger in your opinion? Population. I reckon there'd be a bit of a rivalry there between the two cities. It'd be like, oh no, but that town's not counted, and then they'd be like, oh, but that one shouldn't be either. There'd be like this clash between the two. What? Jesus. Yeah. I'm pretty sure when I've looked at statistics, like when it comes to the greater area, Birmingham's bigger. Both shitholes. Yeah, yeah. I'm glad I started on this beer and didn't finish on it. Yeah, just pretty average. Pretty damn average. Have you had many other ales from these guys? See, I've only ever seen DuPont, and there's another one. I can't remember if it's a saison or a lager. I used to see that every now and then. They were the only two beers from that brewery I'd ever see. And then I seen this, and I thought, oh, a Belgian stout. Hello. But yeah, it just tastes like a run of the mill coarse stout by some shit brewery. Cool. Yeah, I reckon I'll be about in the morning. I reckon I might do those two putties. I'll do a review of those putties to get me started, and then smash it up with you boys if you're around. I don't have to work till Monday afternoon, so I can get pretty loose tomorrow. I might need some more smasher beers though. I want to get hold of Tao and Buddha, the two Chinese macros, because I haven't had them for so long, and I just want one of each to review on the channel. So if I could get a 6-pack of one of those, I'd be happy. But I just don't see them anywhere anymore. You used to see Tao in the supermarkets all the time, but Tao. Yep. The Buddha used to be cool. People would get it just for the bottle. They're the only sort of Chinese macros I can think of. Actually, is it China that has the beer called Snow? Or is that Japan or Korea? One of the Asian nations has a beer called Snow, and I'm pretty sure it's the #1 beer, but you don't really see it in Australia. I reckon it might be China. Harry would probably know. Chang. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've done the Thai beers. Singer, Chang, and Leo. Actually, I reckon I bought a Leo 12-pack from Aldi, and I smashed them and forgot to keep one to review. First time I ever had Leo, I was in a hotel pool in Chiang Mai, and it was like 45 degrees, and I reckon I drank about 10 of them just swimming in the pool for about 2 hours. Just went down like lolly water. Yeah, the dark Sapporo is fucking awesome. In all honesty, that dark Sapporo is probably one of the best macro beers I've had. So good. And I just love the can as well. It like looks real like industrial. Great leap. Yep. It'd be cool to get like a massive collection of like macro beers from like China or Japan and do like a big review of them all together. What time is it? It's time to move on to the next review, I think. Time to get rid of this slop. I'm just like I just expected so much more. I don't know why. I just thought it was going to be like a high quality beer. I didn't think like it was going to absolutely blow me away, but I just expected way more than what it is. Very, very average. I reckon a score for this, I'd probably say I'll just go like 3.5. I mean, it's still drinkable. It's just very boring. There's very little roast. Something that promises to be roasty, and it's like it tastes like biscuit and grain. maybe, maybe they just put like chocolate food dye in there to make it look like it's got roasted malt. Oh yeah. It annoys me that there's an American craft brewery just started up and they've called themselves Garage. It's like There's a fucking garage project. There's a garage beer, and now you've just called yourselves garage. It's like the other two breweries have like massive breweries and got hype around them. It's like surely you could have come up with another name. But you know what Americans are like? They don't think of anyone else but themselves. No other countries exist on the planet. Anyway, I'm out. So yeah, about a 3.5 for this Monk Stout DuPont. What was the ABV again? 5.2. May as well have been a non-alky beer. But yeah, if you want to stay with me, hang out for about another 5 minutes, and I'll be doing the Mountain Culture Christmas in July Day 2 beer, which is a West Coast. I'll see you again shortly.